Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I have noticed why my indoor plants are stunted over there versus here. These tomatoes are continuing to grow because they're on a heat mat. It's temperature, so the cucumbers still seem to be growing. Everything else, it's just pretty much stunted. So I think I need to get a couple heat mats and put them under there on top of that stove. I really would like to switch that out with, do something different with this corner, but storage in this house. Anyway, I got some hot peppers germinating. Let's see. Dattle, I think is what that one is. Oh man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a dattle. I'm gonna have to rewrite that label. It looks like the other dattle label too. Every other label looks okay. So James Holland, you're gonna like those. They're super spicy and supposed to be fruity. I'm gonna give you some of those plants. And which one is that? Tabasco peppers, which is great because last year I made hot sauce and it turned out great. And so this year I want to make a hot sauce video since I have some experience now. I've got some house plants that I got to check out. And yes, I want to replace them. Some of them are on the mend from being underwatered. And look at the new leaf on my Monstera Deliciosa, but it's also lost leaves. So it needs more water with the grow light. It's happy it's got the grow light, but now I got to water it more. And so that's just the trade-off, and that's with all these plants since I've added there was a 10-watt grow light in there, and since I upgraded to a 36-watt grow light here, that's a 25. I moved that 25 that was there where the 36 is now up here because I got rat tail cactus I'm trying to get growing for over a year now. It's still alive, but then my variegated string of hearts, a ring of fire, variegated string of pearls, Monstera still tepicana, I could go on. Anyway, this video is more about the winter garden and what's going on outside. It's very soggy out here. Look, we had to put a new round bale out there for the horses and left tractor ruts in the yard, which is awful, but the horses needed hay bad. So we're gonna come out here. Look, I got a new automated coop door. If you didn't know, it's a solar paneled one, and it comes with a remote and it works swimmingly. Okay, anyway, continuing on. One variety of Brussels sprouts is pulling way better than the other variety, and I did not label, and I filled in where I needed to. Oh yeah, even this is soggy. But I'm going to guess that the ones that look better, the Groniger, just because I grew them in South Bend before uncovered all winter long and they survived. The other ones that I planted were Long Island Improved, which I'm going to guess are those. These plants are springing back to health. They're looking healthy. We got down to about 5 degrees Fahrenheit here. So these Brussels sprouts ought to be extra sweet. But they're bouncing back. They're continuing to grow. My kale, the lacinato type, did not make it. However, the scarlet kale, that's supposed to be less frost tolerant and was covered by the frost protection cover, did survive. I got a weed in here, but you see the spinach survived. This plant did not make it, and that's okay. I'll just let it sit there and compost. That's a Ford Hook switch chard. This is perpetual spinach chard. And yeah, I got a weed in here, like I said. It's a bunch of hairy buttercups, and I'm not quite sure what this is. It's some sort of mint family. And some grass, yeah. But I've got my winter sowing going, and I hope I have enough potting soil to get a couple more milk jugs going today. Yeah, we got some germination going on in there. This is my romaine brown gold ring lettuce. Nothing in this one yet. And this one I did not tape because the lid fit in there. Nothing in this one yet, so that's good. I'll have more lettuce to replace in here because this lettuce, even though it was covered, did not survive. Wow, even the broccoli, it did not survive. Well, one did, and it's going to grow back, but I think I'm going to start more broccoli. We like broccoli, and I was really looking forward to, I thought they survived. Look at that, my store-bought onion, and look, it divided. So that's just going to grow really good in here, I think, because it's adapted really well. It's surviving. I'm going to let it keep growing and splitting. And this is just from store-bought green onions I propagated in water and planted in my raised bed, and it's growing better than some of my other crops. I took the frost protection covers back after the lows have been in the 40s at night. I thought, well, there's no reason to keep that on there. Let's get them some air, some sun, and it's showing what's going to work and what's not. So that gives me a better idea for next year. Grow more kale, but grow it covered, and spinach, and you know. And even the Swiss chard, that's an old Ford Hook Swiss chard. That plant was over a year old. Maybe it would have done better. The perpetual spinach is doing better, so maybe a different variety of Swiss chard would hold out better too. But the oregano did not get covered and held out. The thyme, I can't grow thyme or rosemary outside. It's gonna have to be covered or brought inside. It's just gonna have to. Isn't that right, Walter? Yeah, it's gross out here. All right, guys. So much for Saturday is supposed to be high of 73 and low of 35. The people that have been hit by the tornado the past few times back to back, you better go ahead and board up your windows and anchor down. That's like Barnsley Loop around here around Madisonville, Western Kentucky. All right, everyone. Everybody be safe. I hope there isn't a tornado, but if there is, I hope everything turns out well into God's plan. And I love you, and so does Jesus. God bless.